Welcome to Flourish. I am so excited to be able to bring you a platform that is dedicated to equipping you for impact. Welcome back to Flourish. In today's video, we are going to be talking about radical self-regard. Radical self-regard is a term that I heard Angela Davis say, and I really fell in love with the term and started to use it and really mull it over and think about, what does radical self-regard look like? Now, to be radical about something means to be extreme. It means to go against the norm. And so when you couple this with self-regard, what it puts me in the mindset of is radically going against the norm around how we should love, esteem, value, and care for ourselves as women. Now, I want to be clear that self-care and self-love, while they go hand in hand, they are not the same thing. Self-care are the actions that you take to feel good in your skin. Self-care is the getting your nails done, it's getting your hair done, it's the keeping up with yourself, right? It's that self-care routine, it's the good eating, it's the exercise. Self-regard, though, is coupled with self-love. It's all about the way that you esteem, value, and think about yourself. So today, I am going to be talking about self-regard or self-love, right? But of course, self-care is within that realm as well. So we're going to be talking about self-care. So with all of that said, let's get into the video. My first tip for radical self-regard is to check in with yourself often. What do you need right now? Do you need water? Do you need to take a nap? Do you need to eat? Are you sleepy? What do you need? One of the cool things about having a partner is there is someone there, right? Some other person there to do this, and someone else there to ask you, what do you need? What do you like? What do you want? Right? That's good. But one of the things that I love about being single is it has taught me how to do this for myself. And so it's so important that our self care and our checking in with ourselves is not contingent on someone else checking in on us, but it's us learning to do it for ourselves. So I have a list of things that I know I need to feel great. And usually if I'm lacking in one of those things, then usually I don't feel great. So I want you to do the same. Sit down and write your list of things that make you feel happy, healthy, whole. And when you check in with yourself, ask yourself, do I need to do one of those things? Do I need to go and have a conversation with my mom because that makes me feel good? Do I need to call my best friend because that uplifts my spirit? Do I need to change up my eating habits because I've been eating low vibration foods and I need to eat some good, whole, healthy, live foods, right? Ask yourself, do I need to go for a run? Do I need fresh air? Write down that list of things so that you can constantly check in with yourself. This also really helps with anxiety. What it allows you to do is to take a step back into yourself, right? And to ground yourself and come back to reality to say, okay, I know this is what I'm thinking about and I know my mind is getting away with me, but what do I tangibly need in this moment? And what can I tangibly handle in this moment that will make me feel good, that can move me from where I am to where I need to be? Something else that I learned is there's a lot of emotions, and one of the things that they talk about is not to focus on going from depressed to joyful or happy, right? But how about we just go from depressed to calm? And so as you check in with yourself, ask yourself, what do I need to get to the next rung of my ladder? If I'm sad, what do I need to maybe bring it up to calm or okay? What do I need for that next level? So the first step, check in with yourself often. The second thing is I want you to realize the value that God places on you. And I want to spend a little bit of time here because this is one of the things, our identity in God really helps to root and to ground us in who it is that God says that we are. And when we understand who it is that God says that we are and the value God places on us, it really transforms the value that we place on ourselves. Think about this, that God calls us royal. He calls us his workmanship. He calls us his possession. He says that we are his special people. We are his daughters. And so none of this has anything to do with the roles that we play. None of this has anything to do with the things that we've acquired or attained or the success that we have in this life. Rather, it has everything to do with the inherent value that God places on you because he created you. And when we really take a step back and deeply think about that, how does our regard for ourselves change when we are not putting our regard for ourselves in the next moment, or when I accomplish this thing, or when I become this, or when I lose those 10 pounds? I regard myself and I care and I love myself simply because God loves me. And God, who is almighty and perfect and created everything and everybody, places value on me. How much more value should I then place on myself? And so understanding the value that God has for you really transforms the way in which you regard yourself. Also, think about the fact that the Bible says that we are fearfully and wonderfully made. We are fearfully and wonderfully made. And what I love about that is it puts me in the mindset of someone carefully taking their time creating something. When I do something, think about like when a newborn baby, like when you first hold a newborn baby, right? They're so fragile. And so you are fearfully holding that child. You are fearfully and carefully handling that child because that child is special. And so when I think about that, it put me in the mindset of how God created us, that he took his time, that he carefully handcrafted us and handles us. When we think about that, how much more carefully would we handle ourselves? How much more fearfully would we speak about and talk about and think about ourselves if we recognize the value that God places on us? The third thing is we need to really get comfortable with saying no. No is such a special word. No gives us the power to reject what's not for us. It gives us the power to decide what we're going to do with our time, our talent, our treasure, our resources. No keeps us from being depleted. It keeps us from over committing and under delivering. No keeps us from future regret. No allows us to spend time on the things that God would have for us to do and not overwork ourselves. No allows us all of these opportunities. So why does no often feel like a four-letter word? I think it's because we often don't like to hear no. And so we don't want to say no. And so what I want you to practice and what I have learned to practice is saying no. No, no, no. Get comfortable with saying no. And if you can't say no, just practice giving yourself some time to say yes. Say a not right now. Give yourself time. Put space between the request and your yes. I want you to put space between the request and your yes. So a request comes in, think about what I'm saying. I need space. I need space before I say yes. Get comfortable with saying no. The final thing is stop caring so much about what other people think. I am preaching to the choir. As an empath, one of my strong suits is really leaning into and understanding people. I have a very keen sense and awareness of other people and their thoughts and their emotions. And this is a gift and a blessing from God because it helps me to show up and to minister and to love on people, right? But if you're like me, what this also does is it really gets me in the mindset of thinking about what other people think. And so when people tell me, well, just stop caring about what other people think, that can be a little bit frustrating, right? And so what I want to switch up that advice a little bit. Instead of not caring what other people think, I want you to care about what you think more than what other people think. I want you to know your likes, your dislikes, your values, your morals, and put that above what other people think, right? So for example, if you are a person that esteems kindness and you extend kindness to someone and someone comes along and says, oh, you shouldn't have done that, you shouldn't have extended kindness to that person, ignore what they have to say, because you know that this is where you place values. And then to take it a step further, think about what God thinks over what other people think. As daughters of God, our goal is to get as close to God's thoughts as possible about people, places, and things, right? That's wisdom. Place your thoughts and God's thoughts above the thoughts of other people. If there's a hierarchy, other people's thoughts really comes last, okay? And that's not to say don't get feedback, don't get advice, but it is to say that do things that are in alignment, right, with your purpose. Do things that are in alignment with God's plan for you. Make decisions and choices in alignment with your values, not in alignment with what other people think and have to say. Finally, if no one has told you this week, never forget, you are so worthy of God's best. You do not have to earn it. You do not have to do anything to get it. You do not have to impress anybody to attain it. It's not somewhere in the future when you get that thing, when you lose that thing, when you let that thing go. It is right now. God values you right now from the moment that you were created. Before you ever were a thought to your mom, to your dad, to your family, God had you in mind. And he created you on purpose, in purpose, and for a purpose. That is why you should practice radical self-regard. It's not just a term that is meant to put us in a mindset of some woman laying in a spa with cucumbers on her eyes, although if that's what you want to do that by all means. What it is meant to do is to put us in a mindset of, this is the value that God places on me. And so this is the value that I am going to place on myself. I want to challenge you as you go this week. Think about, am I thinking of myself in the way that God thinks of me? Am I treating myself and regarding myself in the way that God would treat and regard me? And if not, give yourself grace, love on yourself, and change those thoughts. Change those things. I'm going to put a few scriptures in the description box to help aid you in this journey. And that is all that I have for today. And until next time, may we grow together. So, we are doing a giveaway. I am so excited. I absolutely love giving things away. I wouldn't say I am the best gift giver, but I will say that I'm pretty close to it. Two of my favorite things are candles, journals, pens, money, and cute little t-shirts. And so that is what's going to be in our giveaway. All of the steps are in the description box below, everything that you need to enter and to be qualified and to win. I am going to be announcing the winners in the first week of November. The video that I post the first week of November, I will be announcing the winners. I am so excited. I look forward to gifting you with wonderful things. Please participate. And until next time, may we grow together.